I'm no film critic. I'm not. You won't ever catch me describing myself as that. I just like to talk about movies, you know. Um, I've been wanting to make a video about this for quite a while, because it's been on my brain, for quite a bit, and you know I like to talk sometimes, and I don't get to talk about this stuff uh too much. You know, film critic, the label film critic. I know that there's a lot of people online, a lot of YouTubers and things like that qualify themselves or call themselves a film critic. In all honesty, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a film critic. Now, have people called me that before? Yes. I'm very quick to tell them no. I'm not. I just like to talk about movies. That's kind of my response to it. I'm no film critic. I just like to talk about movies. Um, Sometimes it is easier to, because it rolls off the tongue better, just to have people describe me as that. Um, I tend to go towards the route of like maybe movie reviewer, if anything, but it sounds better than movie talker about her, you know? But I will never ever call myself a film critic or a movie critic. Um, I have opinions, I have opinions on movies just like we all do. And I'm lucky enough to do this, to have this avenue just to talk about movies. Also, my wife is very grateful that I do this as well, because it keeps me from talking her ear off about movies, and things like that. But yeah, I think those two words, film critic, like it's it's a big thing to it has a lot of weight to it. Yes. It makes you sound official, right? It makes, it makes you look better than anyone else when it comes to movies. And that shouldn't be it. Anybody and everybody has opinions. We all like what we like, and we all don't like what we don't like. Um, so I will never ever tell somebody, in all the time that I've done this, which I think, looking back, I think it's close to almost 10 years, which is crazy to say. But in all the years that I've done this, I've never once told anybody, don't waste your time. Don't watch this movie. Like, save yourself from this, because I know, as a person, I like what I like. And sir, in all honesty, there's some movies that are terrible, that are pretty bad, that I actually do enjoy quite a bit. They're like guilty pleasures. And we all have those, and we shouldn't be looked down upon because we have those. Um, I think a lot of this clicked just recently, more so than anything, because of Madam Web. Madam Web that came out. I Just so it's solidified out there, I did not really like Madam Web. I really didn't. You know, but sometimes, again, that happens, right? There's a movie we don't like. Um, I did mention that I was like, you know what? I think it had a lot of promise. It just didn't deliver. And um, there's certain things about it that, okay, I was like, okay, cool. Like, all right, that scene was cool, or that was a pretty cool shot. Things like that I pay attention to. And stuff like that, especially if a movie seems to like be going a little the other route. And I just casually just posted, you know, something about it, about just, I didn't even give my opinion on it, right? And somebody decided to comment. I'm not gonna say who. Just said, you know, well, I'm glad I'm not the kind of person that feels the need to go get every single movie every week just because. And I kind of got on the defensive a little bit. I was like, look, I was like, for one, this was sent to me. You know, it is full disclosure. It was sent to me. And you know, I was like, but guess what? You know, that it's things like that where I'm like, there was no need to comment, you know, on anything because everybody has their own likes. You know, I'm sure, I am almost 100% sure that there has to be, you know, a group of people out there that actually did like Madam Web, you know, that did like that movie. And who am I to make fun of them, or who am I to say like, what's wrong with you? You know, why do you like that movie? It's so stupid. That kind of attitude will never come from me. You know, I will never mess with somebody or say something bad to somebody about something that they enjoy and that they like. That's not my style. And that's kind of the way I've been on here, on this platform. You know, I put myself out there, and sometimes my wife says, well, you do that, you kind of do it to yourself. And in a way, yeah, I do. You know, and I guess that those are the breaks. You know, you're putting yourself online, and your opinions online. Surely there's going to be somebody that disagrees with you, of course. And I've found people like that along the way, you know, and that's okay. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you have your opinion, I have mine. You know, I liked it, you didn't. Okay, let's leave it there. Hey, we can still be cool with each other. And a lot of times that doesn't go down that route. I mean, why waste your time commenting or arguing with somebody online for something that they like, that they enjoyed, that they, you know, took, that gives them happiness. You know what I mean? And I think we should all be supportive of each other in that way. Yeah, we can talk about movies. We can have discussions as long as that's where they go. They're discussions and not these arguments and all this stuff. I mean, again, it's bound to happen. You can't say that, you know, hey, let's everybody live peacefully. As much as I would love that, it doesn't happen. But it's those kind of things where that's why I am the way I am. I try to give everything a fair shot, and everyone a fair shot. You know, you can we can all disagree on something, and then hey, come back together and be like, yeah, all right, well, cool, on to the next thing. That's why I very much don't like to have whatever I say here to you all. That is not like my stamp of approval on this. I will never, I guess, put something like that on anything that I review, anything that I watch, or anything like that. You know, the people that are here, you guys that are here that have watched me over the years and subscribed and have been around and stuff like that, and kind of get my vibe, you know, my attitude. That's when, like, I'll say, look, hey, I was like, I really enjoyed this movie. If you guys are anything like me and dig this kind of stuff, or dig that, you know, kind of funny stuff, or this gory thing or whatever, if you're kind of like me and you enjoy that, I think you'll really enjoy this movie. That's kind of where I go with it. And if you take that, and then that convinces you to, hey, I'm gonna check that out, then awesome. That is so, like, I can't even express how gracious, how grateful I am that you guys would even take my opinion, you know, at all, or accept my opinion. and maybe check out something that I recommend to you guys. But you know, I am never one to say, well, this is what it is. I'm not, you know, I'm telling you, don't go buy this movie. You know, don't go get this title, this release, because of A, B, or C. You know, I'm never ever gonna say that, and that's a promise. That is a downright promise. Um, I just, you know, I love doing what I do. You know, and that's just talk about movies. And I try to make this channel as easygoing as possible, and just as chill as possible. You know, where it feels like, and I've always said this. Um, oh, I'm gonna so regret this. Um, I went back to some of my earlier videos a while back, and I was trying to. This was I was very new in front of the camera. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna defend myself in that regard, and the those of you that have been there since the beginning know what I'm talking about. I did this segment show where it was essentially like movie news and entertainment news and things like that, and I was trying to be very official about it, you know, and stuff like that, and it didn't work. And the reason it didn't work was I was not being myself. I didn't feel like I was being myself. And that's what I try to have this channel be, is me being myself and us hanging out. Anytime you watch one of my videos, it's just us hanging out. It's like if we were just sitting down together, you know, chatting about a movie, you know, and I was like, hey, check out what I got, you know, or hey, check out what I got today, you know, and us just talking about it, you know, or you guys listening to me blab about it, you know. I try to make it as natural as possible, as cool as possible, you know, just for everybody to enjoy. And I try not to watch anybody else's channels and things like that, not because I don't like anybody or anything like that. There's plenty of people out there that, oh my god, you know what, and I'm gonna go ahead and list them in the description. Some of the people out there that I feel like do it better than I do. I'll just say that. And people that I would recommend, and people that are just cool people. You know what I mean? That I've come across over the years. I'll put them in the description so you guys can check them out. But anyway, I don't do it purposely, like they're competition and all this other stuff. I don't look at stuff that way, man. You know, I don't like to accidentally maybe say something that's very similar to what they say, or it possibly word for word. You know, like it's like if you watch something, it's like subconsciously, you know, something pops up. That's the only reason. Everybody that I've met across this platform has been super cool, and I think they're pretty awesome people. You meet a lot of those on here. You also meet some pretty junk humans as well, but not gonna call any names out at all, and you won't get it out of me even if you message me. Nope, I will not run anybody through the mud or anything like that, because I feel like in the end part of it, we're all trying to do our own thing, you know. And there are people that have their, you know, okay, and also, now that I guess I was kind of getting into that, but I don't want to forget about this either. I don't want you guys to take whatever I say as gospel. I've already said that. I will also never sway you from watching somebody else. You know, we're all in this together for the most part. You know, if somebody rubs me the wrong way, okay, cool. The worst thing that, or the best thing that I could do is just, all right, I just won't pay attention to that person. Or if somebody, you know, tries to say something to me or whatever, all right, I'm gonna ignore you. That's it. But I will never say, hey, no, don't go watch that person, or don't go subscribe to his channel because he talks about this and he's dumb, or she's stupid, or da da da. I will never say that. I know that there are people I don't like to. There's so much drama on here sometimes. I stay out of it. I stay out of it because that's not my thing. I'm just like, I like to just chill. I don't want to waste my energy with any stuff like that. But I've gotten messages over the years like, oh, well, so and so said something about you. I'm like, all right, well, cool. That I mean, it used to bother me at first, but I've been okay with the fact that not everybody will like me. As much as I would love everybody to like me, and I'm almost I have that kind of tendency sometimes where I'm like, well, why? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't say anything wrong. But just some people, don't click, with, and that goes with anybody in general. Some people don't click with me. Like, they don't like my demeanor or whatever, and that's okay. And that, I've come to learn that. And I've had to, for my sanity anyway. And that's okay. But I will, like I said, I will never be that kind of person to say, hey, you subscribe to my channel? Don't go subscribe to so-and-so's, or don't go, listen, don't listen to what they say, because I don't like them, and you should be just, with my team. And so, no, man, I don't do that. That's not my thing. And I've had some people message me saying, oh, I didn't realize that you guys don't talk to each other, or there's something there. I'm like, well, there's nothing there on my end. I don't have no ill will or animosity towards anybody. They're like, well, I'm gonna unsubscribe to them. I'm like, no, don't do that. No, because again, like I said, we're all doing this. We're all putting ourselves out there, and we're all trying to be entertaining. I say that on my end. Try to be as entertaining as we can be, and yeah, I mean, I think anybody that's on here that does this appreciates any sort of opinion, advice, anything like that. Encouragement is the biggest thing. I guess that's one of the main focuses for me, because people that do this and just talk in front of a camera, that's all we do. And I've thought about this before. I've sat here and thought about this, that I'm like, I'm just sitting alone in a room, talking to a camera, talking to air, but you guys have shown me that there is somebody on the other end. There is somebody on the other end that's listening. But in some cases, for the smaller people that are starting out in smaller channels, sometimes it may be discouraging to them, because they feel like nobody's listening on the other end. Always try to be that little bit of encouragement, towards them, because that goes a long way. Trust me. I had to kind of block it out and pretend in my brain that there was hundreds and hundreds of people, watching me. Like I would pretend sometimes that before I would make a video, that I was sitting in an auditorium full of people, and I had to be funny, and I had to amp it up and stuff like that for the crowd. And that helped. Honestly, that did help a lot, making me feel a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera over the years. But I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end it in a bit. But anybody can do this, including anybody that's listening, anybody that's watching. You could do this. You can. You can totally like do this same thing, especially if you feel like, if you're watching me and you think to yourself, oh, I could totally do that better. Oh, you know, I could talk about movies. Hell yeah, do it. Like, I encourage everybody, you know, that asks me like, well, how do I get started doing this? I'm like, just do it. Just grab your phone, grab anything that records, and just do it. Just do it because you love it. Not doing it because, oh, you want to get up to such and such subscribers. Like, I mean, I'm still under 10,000, and I've been doing this about 10 years or so. And that's okay. I'd still be okay doing it if I only had like 100 subscribers or 50. I do it because I love talking about movies. I do it because I love, you know, film. I love cinema in general. And this is one of those things that will never go away for me. My love of it will never go away. And I hope it never goes away for you either. I have a video where I talk about how I started loving movies. And it's on the channel somewhere. If I can, maybe I'll, you know, tag it up on top or something. But it started at a very young age, you know, and it's I'm full. I know I'm over 40. I always forget. I think I'm gonna be 42 this year. I think. I don't know. Whatever. But I'm over 40, and it's lasted this whole time. You know. So again, this one thing that I will always say to you all: if you love it, you're on the younger side, and you want to do something like this, you can do it. Just do it. All it takes is a leap of faith and so a little bit of confidence, because that's what I had. I had a little bit of confidence when I first started, and you can do it. You know, but never try to outshine somebody. Never try to be boastful. Never try to think that you're better than anyone else. That's probably the advice that I can give. And you'll continue to have that love, and it'll continue to be a love till you decide, you decide for it not to be, and I guess that's kind of where I want to end this. I'm not a film critic. I just love talking about film, and I will continue to do so until I can't speak anymore. So that's where I'm at. Anyway, thank you guys for taking the time to check out this video. I know it was a little long-winded, but I have a lot of feelings sometimes about this kind of stuff, and I had to get it out, at least for a moment. But I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Please give this video a big thumbs up or thumbs down if you dug it or didn't. Hit that subscribe button, because I will be coming back with more videos as always. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for being so cool, and we'll catch you next time.